Hi, good evening. This is Donna Carroll, and I'm happy to be with you, be here with you today. It is November 8th, 2020, and tonight I thought I would channel Jesus, mainly for some healing energy. Anyhow, I've had a pretty good week. I've got the cats in the bedroom, well, one of them anyhow, so they don't climb up on me. And basically, I've just been trying to stay grounded and stay centered. So during all of this craziness in the United States. Anyhow, I'm not going to talk too much. I'm just going to channel. So if you would, grab a piece of selenite. Actually, today I'm going to work with celestite. This is a very light blue-gray stone. It's very beautiful, and it's called celestite, and it connects you to your guardian angels. It connects you to the angels, just like selenite. But this stone is my favorite stone to hold. The rock underneath the crystal just feels really good in the hand. It's kind of soft for a stone, but it just feels really nice. So, okay, so without further ado, I'm going to bring in the Christ. At this time, I call in my highest and best healing and channeling angels. I call in the archangels, Gabriel, Michael, Ariel, Raphael. I ask for 100,000 warrior protection angels around me and anyone watching this video. I also call in the personage and the energy of Jesus Christ. I ask you to overlight and oversee this channeling and also make my words clear, accurate, loving, and truthful. Okay, and so I'm going to verbally channel him, but I'm going to put Claire in the bedroom because she's meowing. So this is Claire. She's going in the bedroom with Chloe, and I'll be right back. Oh, rascal. Okay, so at this time I asked to leave my body, and I asked Jesus to come in, take over my voice, and give a message. Amen. Welcome. This is Yeshua, also called Isa, also known as Jesus, also known as the Christ. And I welcome you with an open heart and open arms. I am very happy that you are here tonight watching this channeling. It has been a long road for the ascension process that is right around the corner to take place on this planet. Yes, the planning started in ancient Lemuria, carried on to Atlantean times, then in ancient Greece with Akhenaten, into India, and now in modern times. This process did not just start in 1987 with harmonic convergence. It started in ancient times because it is a grand and huge operation, and there are many details and actually loose ends that need to be considered and worked on before the actual physical ascension of this planet happens. So I just wanted you to know that we have been working diligently on this project for thousands of years. So now it is almost time for the physical upliftment of the earth. And she is ready and actually waiting for this final process to take place. We also are waiting and ready for the final process to take place. So we are saying that it is the end of a long journey, the end of a long planning process, and the end of many, many great deeds and great actions and great work that have gone into this process by many different beings of the light. And for that, I say I am eternally grateful, and I know Mother Earth is eternally grateful as well for all of the help from all of the beings who came to this planet for her upliftment. I would like to reiterate what has already been said. Please ignore. Please do not pay any attention what is going on outside of yourself. Please understand that the stories, the news feed, in other words, the news that is generated and projected from your mass media is mostly lies, falsehoods, and orchestrated to get people upset. There are many false flag operations, including the murder of George Floyd, which was not actually real. It was a stage show. He was an actor. And actually, most of what is shown across your media at this time, especially the election process, it is a stage show. It is an act. It is a parody. It is a falsehood. So it is not wise to get emotionally invested in these scenarios that take place on the international and national scenes that are designed to create division and emotional angst, hatred, and lashing out at other people who you do not consider your own. The fact of the matter is, when it comes down to it, human beings, your friends, are fair-weathered. The only friends that you can really count on are the enlightened masters, myself, the deities of old, and those who have gone through the process of purification and enlightenment. That means that it is not wise to put your blind trust or fully trust 100% another human being. Human beings are creatures and they have failings. We in the higher planes love humans, but we see how rocky their road is and how they can turn on a dime, being very loyal, trustworthy, and noble one day, and then something gets in their mindset and they become very agitated, very mercenary, and possibly violent the next day. So it is unwise to put your trust in another human being, 100%. And if you are going to trust another human being, which of course is your call, we would say that individual has to prove themselves to you and earn your trust and your loyalty. When I was walking the earth 2,000 years ago, I had a very specific but yet a very big mission. And I did my best to teach and to bring the wayward souls back to the God force. I tried to show love, care, and concern. And yet, those who were closest to me betrayed me, and ultimately I could not trust them. So I speak from experience when I tell you to only trust me, the masters, and those enlightened souls on the other side. And when you are praying and asking for our help, please be specific. Please do not have expectations on the return. Know that God works in mysterious ways. If you pray for something, it may or may not come to pass because it may or may not be in the best interest of the soul or souls involved. However, it is a good thing to pray as it lifts your soul and it brings you in communion with us and the higher levels of existence. But we would say pray with detachment, or do not get attached to your prayers. If you are praying for one to heal, send up the prayer, let it go, and do not have any expectations on the outcome. We in the higher realms take a grander view. In other words, we don't look at one incarnation and whether someone is going to pass of a disease and that it might be in their benefit to help them live 5 years longer. This might be the case, but whenever we look at someone's life, we look at it from the multidimensional perspective. We look at their past lives. We look at the contracts that they've made. We look at their lessons, whether they've learned them or not. For us, someone to pass on to the higher regions or to transition out of their body is not a huge deal. It is only a huge deal for those left behind on earth who grieve the loss with a heart that has been hurt. So again, we know that conspiracy theories are not believed by many, but I can tell you that what you are watching across your TV screens is an act. It's a stage show. And even those who have greater insight into what is making these parodies come alive in your reality, they can see the different factions at war, so to speak, or they understand that there are ETs involved in this battle of the light and the good, dark. Even they do not have a complete sense of the intricacies of everything that's going on in the many dimensions behind the actors upon your stages. So this is why we always say do not judge, because it is difficult to judge when you do not have the full picture and you do not have a full understanding of the history of the innate battle here between light and dark, and also the ascension process. And we have mentioned to the channel, who has a pretty good understanding of what's happening here, that even she does not really understand all of the souls and all of the stories behind the main story. So it is best not to judge. It is time for the Great Awakening. In other words, those souls that who have not awakened yet are going to have one last chance to rouse out of their sleep and understand what's going on spiritually on this planet, and that there is a window of opportunity that is open that comes about once every 10,000 years for them to step up and step in to a new reality. So we in the higher planes of consciousness have decided to give one last opportunity for those who are asleep to awaken to their chance to get out of the third dimension and go to a higher place. And this is happening right around December 21st, or the winter solstice. Of course, in the United States, the Democrats have won the presidential election, supposedly, but the Republicans, Donald Trump, will contest this. And this battle, or this indecision, the confusion around the electoral process, is something that has been planned by the dark forces. And the dark forces control the Democrats and the Republicans. Yes, 'tis true. So don't get wrapped up in those stories, because the stories are being orchestrated by the dark, but all actors are reporting to the stage manager and the stage assistant, and being told what to do and how to do it, because these beings are possessed and they are satanic. And we could go into more and more of their physical characteristics, possession in general, and many of them are transgendered, but we will leave that to you to discern if you want to go down that path. So the Great Awakening between the solstice and the New Year, first week of January, this will be the last great chance for people to board the highway, train ride, however you want to look at it, to go into the fifth dimension. We are going to bombard the planet with light. Huge amounts of light are going to come to the planet. And so when all of this light does arrive in your physical reality, it upsets the balance of nature, and it also upsets the balance of people's psyches. So expect a lot of people to get very out of sorts, to get very agitated, to get angry, to be violent, to be protesting. They will be getting so much light in their bodies, metaphysical bodies, that it is going to just bring up many, many pieces of deeply buried trauma. The trauma that they have experienced in this lifetime, in their childhood, and other lifetimes is coming up to be cleared. Of course, if people have worked on their healing process throughout their lifetime, it won't be as dramatic. But the reality is the deep healing that most people need to do has not. Most people have scratched the surface of their healing process, but they haven't gotten down to the nuts and bolts of it. So people will be triggered. We're letting you know that people are going to be very triggered, and that it is best for you to stay out of the fray, to stay inside, to stay in prayer, to stay in meditation, and to let the storms pass. Let the storms pass. You are ascending. You are going to a much brighter and much more beautiful place. And so it is not necessary for you to be involved in the darkness, the days of darkness that will be coming to this planet. And you might have thought that it's already been very dark, but honestly, there is much more to come. So we are saying this with love, and we are giving you a warning, and we are telling you that we are available if you find yourself without a ride, without a meal, if you find yourself down and out, depressed, unhappy, anxious. Shoot up a message to me, Yeshua, and I will do my best to alleviate your problems. Do not look to others on the earth plane. Do not look to so-called friends. Work directly with the divine to get your needs met. This is my advice to you. So I hope this message helped. I hope you are ready for the Great Ascension. It seems like you all are, waiting with bated breath. And I am very happy that this day is coming sooner than you might think. So without further ado, I am going to give you a dispensation of light. If you would, I ask that you put your attention in your heart chakra and just sit in the heart and sit in this energy. And then I ask that you open your crown chakra. And now I send the Christ light, Christ consciousness, and Christ energy from my personage all the way down into your crown and into your heart. And receive these blessings now. Know that these blessings are individualized for the recipients receiving them. So each of you is getting a small, you could say Christmas package, but it is different for each of you. And the dispensation is meant to help you in your ascension process so that you can release what needs to be released and to fully and purposely and most accurately and beautifully embrace and encompass your soul mission for this incarnation. So we are putting you on track if you're not on track, and we are putting you in a faster train car if you are on track. Does that make sense? We are helping you to achieve what you set out to accomplish in this lifetime. And we are also providing much, much support for this to take place. We are providing motivation, inspiration, acceleration, and we are providing support. So receive your blessings into the heart chakra. We are transmitting. Very good. Transmission is complete. This is Yeshua letting you know that you are loved, you are valued, and you are an exceptional being of the light. You are all being welcomed into the fifth dimension, and you are all doing the best that you can do, and we support you in every step that you take. To feel that support more viscerally, more concretely, I would suggest talking with me, building a relationship with me, and as our relationship grows, your trust and faith in my energy and my personage will grow as well. I send you my greatest love. This is Yeshua. Namaste. And now the channel comes back. Well, thank you, Yeshua. We appreciate that. Appreciate that a lot. Hello, I want to say hello to Heather. Hi, Angelique. I think about Jesus sometimes and, everything that he went through, and it just, it blows my mind because what a difficult life he had, So I just want to thank him for his incarnation and his work. And I want to thank all the masters, all the angels, all the saints who are incarnated here, all the Arcturians, all the Arcturians, all the Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Andromedans, the Vegans, the Lyrians. I mean, it goes on and on and on. I want to thank all the light beings here, for being part of the ascension journey, and for helping us humans get to the other side of this. So I'm sending you a lot of love, and I wish you the best. And also know that this is a great crystal. If you guys ever want to get a nice stone, it's celestite, and it's really nice to hold. So anyhow, you guys have a great week, and take care of yourselves and hang in there. We're going to get to the other side of this. Namaste.